This is day 229. Consistency compounds. A mediocre idea repeated consistently is usually more powerful and transformative than a brilliant idea performed sporadically, because consistency compounds, while brilliance fades without action. This is a tough lesson that every aspiring professional or entrepreneur must learn. When I was younger, I always felt that my success was just one idea away, meaning that if I could just come up with a great idea, then all my business problems would be solved. What I learned much later in life was that it wasn't the great idea that propelled me. It was the consistency behind an average idea that brought real success. The questions you should be asking aren't what should we or what if we did, but rather how often should we and when are we? Earlier today, I was at my local pharmacy. While standing in the aisle waiting for my turn at the counter, I noticed a flashy advertisement for a new ultrasonic toothbrush. It got me thinking, what would be better, brushing once a month with this expensive toothbrush or brushing twice a day with the cheap ones that were next to it? That's an easy answer. Consistently brushing your teeth daily will produce much better results than sporadic brushing, no matter how fancy the technology. Small, repeated efforts have a way of stacking up into something huge. The mediocre idea, done over and over again, builds momentum, creates systems, and forms habits. That consistency over time beats occasional brilliance, because real success is less about genius and more about just simply showing up. We spend so much time and money trying to concoct the perfect method or way. You can waste far too many cycles evaluating new strategies, ideas, and advice. Alternatively, you can just get started. Following something consistently over an extended period of time, making small adjustments along the way. Repeated efforts, even if imperfect, create a feedback loop. You learn, you improve, you adjust. Over time, what started as a mediocre often evolves into something excellent simply through iteration and commitment. This is the big secret of the successful. Momentum favors the persistent. I was sitting in someone's backyard recently, admiring the spa they had just installed. They had planted bamboo along the fence line in hopes it would soon grow tall and provide privacy. The planting had been done the previous summer, and while there were a few green shoots, it was nowhere near the lush wall of bamboo that they were hoping for. They were following all the instructions with precision, but the yield wasn't meeting expectation. They were considering planting more or ripping it out and trying something else. What they didn't realize is that the bamboo was growing, just not in the way that they could see. Beneath the surface, the root system was rapidly spreading, like over 40 feet in every direction. All that unseen effort was preparing for an explosion of growth. If they simply wait for one more season, they'll go from not enough to way too much. Was it growing all along? Yes, underground. The daily watering was building the foundation for what would become a stunning, rapid transformation. Quitting too early is one of the most common and fortunate mistakes of the unwise. A great idea with no consistent execution is like lightning with no bottle. It might strike, it might dazzle, but it just won't light the path forward. The world is full of almosts, people with genius level insight who lack the discipline to build something from it. You don't have to look far to realize this. As I'm writing this, the doorbell just rang. A package from Amazon was just delivered to my doorstep. Amazon started as just an online bookstore, a mediocre idea by today's .com standards. But Bezos was ruthlessly consistent in his execution, iteration, and customer focus. Compare that to countless startups with objectively brilliant ideas that died from inconsistent execution and lack of follow through. So remember these four concepts. Consistency beats intensity. Persistence beats brilliance. A repeated average action builds a wall, whereas a single great idea just simply builds a brick. The magic isn't in how good your idea is today, it's in how often you're willing to show up for it.